So the big question is this: how do investors like us who trade options and manage our own money generate income regardless of where the stock market goes, and do it all in a way that lets us make time for the people and things we love, and yet still build wealth and remain profitable? That's the question, and this podcast will give you the answer. I'm your host, Kirk Duplessis, and you're listening to The Daily Call from Option Alpha. Hey everyone, this is Kirk here again at Option Alpha. Welcome back to The Daily Call. Today we're answering the question, how to invest in precious metals using diversified ETFs. So look, precious metals I think are an important part of the markets in general, and they still are becoming a more important part of the global economy, even as industrial nations start to continue to grow and new industrial nations start to grow. Things like silver and steel and precious metals, all become really, really important. So do I think it's the major part of every market? Of course not. But is it tradable for us as options traders and investors? 100%. So the question becomes, how do you invest in these things if you want to do it from a non-physical side? So you do not want to physically own silver or physically own gold or any of these other metals or precious, commodities. How do you do it from the ETF side? But there's a lot of ETFs out there. And so I think the starting point for me would be, if you want to trade them from a long-term perspective, the doors are wide open to whatever you want to trade. There's lots of Vanguard funds and Spider shares and iShares that you can check out that are all ETFs that have different trajectories and different holding patterns, whether they hold physical or not, whether they just track the precious metals, and the bullion or not. So I'd say read into those if you want to on the long-term side. There's a lot of different choices out there. When it comes to actually trading from an option side, I think the first threshold to cross for me is crossing over the liquidity threshold and making sure that there's enough liquidity in the market. And so for us, some of the major ones that we trade are things like GLD, GDX, SLV, etc. And they end up usually having lots and lots of liquidity, both on the underlying stock and in the options contract. So they become decent trading vehicles for us. And we've made some pretty good money trading GLD and silver in the past before, that we like having them in our basket of potential ticker symbols every single month. Now, if you wanted to trade things like GDX, which are gold miners, or XME, which are not XME, PICK, which is PIC, again, another mining and metals producers, those are going to be trades that you make not necessarily on tracking the physical underlying precious metal like silver or gold, but actually on the companies that are in that industry that are mining and actually producing the metals and kind of actually going and extracting it from the earth, right? Those are what you're investing in there. So there is a difference. Everyone seems to think GDX and GLD are the same thing, and one's more expensive and the other one's cheaper, but it's not the case. One tracks the actual physical gold bullion, and the other one is basically the metals and miners of gold. So the actual companies that extract gold from, again, the earth. So it's really interesting to read a little bit more into this, which I encourage you to do if you do have some time. But again, you can trade a lot of these precious metals and really diversify out your portfolio pretty quickly by trading some of these ticker symbols. Again, just look up online some of these ticker symbols if you're interested in doing it. Like I said, the ones that we mainly trade, which are also part of our watch list in Toolbox software, so it's already built in there, is ticker symbols like SLV, GLD, and GDX. So hopefully this helps out. As always, if you have any questions, let us know. Until next time, happy trading. Thanks for joining us on The Daily Call. Be sure to subscribe right now for more daily options trading ideas, strategies, and tactics to help you learn how to place smarter, more profitable trades. And if you like what we're doing, don't forget to give us a rating and a review so we can continue to bring you the best daily content possible. We'll see you again tomorrow, right here on The Daily Call from OptionAlpha.com.